Hi, welcome back. I'm Taylor, and this is one of my quick history podcasts. Today's subject is the U.S.'s recent withdrawal from Afghanistan and how it compares to the Soviet Union's withdrawal back in 1979. So some quick background. The Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan back in 1970s under the pretense of a political treaty to basically set up another communist party in Afghanistan. The one that had been local had recently gone through some major issues, and well, you know, Soviet Union, they wanted more communists. They were in Afghanistan for about 10 years, and they were resisted by a very large rebel force, basically, of a lot of different subcultures of the country that had combined to push the Soviets out. On top of this, the U.S. actually backed most of these cultures, calling them freedom fighters, unintentionally creating a lot of today's modern problems. The Soviet withdrawal was a 9-month-long affair, and they originally intended to leave a communist government behind, sort of a shadow puppet sort of thing. But as the withdrawal continued, it less became a goal and more of a we're just kind of doing this so we don't look bad as we leave sort of situation. It didn't really happen. After they left, the country was engulfed in civil war as all of these groups that had combined to fight the Soviets now split back up and wanted to take over. Fast forward, one of these groups becomes led by a certain individual named Osama bin Laden, leads to the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and that was the context for which we invaded Afghanistan a bit over 10 years after the Soviets left. So, let's fast forward another 20 years, and we get to the point in which now we are withdrawing. It's a whole debacle from anyone's standards, but we're not going to be talking about personal opinions on this today. What we're talking about is just how we've done it. And the point is that I'm seeing a lot of resemblances to the Soviet withdrawal, with the big exception of we left so much military hardware over there. A lot of these groups have never had access to hardware like this before. We're talking fighter jets, Black Hawk helicopters, armored vehicles. We're talking millions, if not billions of dollars worth of equipment. And, well, what happened last time there was a major withdrawal from this country? There was a civil war. And I'm willing to bet now that the Taliban, because they are the dominant force now that they have all these weapons, they're not going to sit around and just sell them and tear them apart. They're going to use these. They're going to learn how to use these. They've already learned how to use a Black Hawk helicopter. It's in the news. I think if Afghanistan itself doesn't descend into a civil war, I very well see them starting a war with another country in the future. It may not be in the next year, but I guarantee within the next 10 years, they're going to pick a fight with somebody because they now have the hardware. So, basically, what's the story here? When a big country tries to set up a little country to act the way they want it to, it usually ends in disaster, just like it has the last 2 times. Sorry, this has been a brief one, and I'm sorry if I rambled a little bit, but yeah, it's controversial. Not going to ask if you enjoyed this, but I hope you found it a little interesting at least. So, I'll see you all in the next podcast I do, whenever that is. And you all take care and stay safe in these troubled times. Take care.